Hello everyone. Welcome back to the stream. Qualifying has already started, so I'm just gonna head out and get going. Um, yes, welcome along to Silverstone 75 by SROL. The ELMS content is arriving, you could say, for Le Mans Ultimate. Our first track is here. It is Silverstone. And what a track to have. It was just last month that I was actually at Silverstone for the festival, watching LMP2, LMP3, GT3 cars race around, of course, as many other wonderful cars. But watching cars exactly like this racing around Silverstone, and here I am doing it virtually, having also been on the track myself during the weekend, not driving as a passenger, with my dad driving. But yeah, it's... As someone who doesn't get to do things like that often, it's a little bit surreal. We don't have any big tracks here in Northern Ireland that get sort of ported across to the virtual world a lot. So yeah, take what we can get. But yes, we're here. We're in the LMP2 car, the new unrestricted ELMS specification. I believe it is slightly lighter, might have a little bit more downforce, and it has more power than the version from the World Endurance Championship. That's obviously been nerfed to not clash so much with the hypercars. And let me tell you, between hypercars and LMP2, the unrestricted ELMS LMP2s around here, it is very close in lap time between the two classes. Which is pretty crazy. Of course, they don't match the old LMP1 hybrids. Of course not, but not even the hypercars match them. So yeah, we have 16 cars here today. Unfortunately, one person had a little new livery incident that got them banned moments before the race started, or the server went up, so they're unfortunately missing. But yeah, let's take a lap around this fabulous circuit in these cars. Tires are still a bit cold, so gonna have to be getting up to speed. 3 turn 1 Cops corner will be able to take even faster than that. And then Maggots and Beckett's, once the tires are up to temperature, this section is just mega. Flinging it from apex to apex, the amount of speed you're able to carry is just incredible. Same goes for Stoke Corner that we're coming up to. Even though you're going over a crest, it is just incredible. The speed around here. Just plant the throttle. Car doesn't quite stick since the tires aren't warm. Veal chicane. Then out 3 club onto the wing straight. Into Abbey. Flat out through farm before a heavy braking zone. Into village corner. Then we've got the loop, tight left-hander. Important to get good exits. It's flat out through entry onto the Wellington Straight. Now down into Bricklands. Very late apex as the corner tightens up. And then Luffield. Long right-hander goes on forever. Eventually gets the exit, put the power down. Easy flat through Woodcock. And that's a lap of Silverstone. As we build the pace up. Tires not up to temperature yet. They take a few laps even round Silverstone here. just invalidated this lap. Unfortunately, it was just a little bit wide at the exit of Stowe Corner. Of course, LMU runs track limits to the white lines. And not like ACC where you could use the white and black curbs. Yeah, 75-minute race coming up, 2 times fuel usage, 2 times tyre wear. We're going to get 2 more laps in. Coming just more speed, we took 3T1. Second and a half. 3 Cops, Maggots and Beckett's alone. The car just turns in. It's really incredible what this car does at high speed. A little bit deep into the Veal chicane, turned in too early for the right-hander there. Give up a fair amount of time there. Little lift through Abbey. Try not to lock up, a little bit wide for the apex at Village. We know we have time left in the lap. Let's see if we can go find it. We've left a good bit of time now at Cops, having just ran a little bit wide. Yep. Messy start to the lap. Let's see how much time on the table we left for the rest of the lap. Met that apex much better through that second apex through the exit as well. And yeah, half a second. Try not to lock into Village. Good to practice pit entry here. Staying fairly safe. We do have an early pit box, unfortunately. So, we don't have time to work a pit strategy out, in the pit lane. But yeah, we had half a second in that. That could have been a potential P4. Potential P4. But yeah, we're going to be in that fight. It's going to be a strategy race. There's quite a bit of fuel saving needed if we want to make this a 2-stop race. We need to go 14 laps, which, as you can see the math, so yeah, 14 laps will pretty much be 25 minutes exactly. So we might get a 13 lap stint towards the end. But yeah, 13 laps, we can use 5.75, let's say, per lap of fuel. For 14 laps, it's 5.35, which is a bit of fuel saving. But yeah, looks like we're going to be starting P7. Which I'll take. That's not too bad. I mean, knowing I'd have a second in the lap, you know, it could have been more.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for
But
the
also
race
could
start.
have been worse. So yeah, a bit of time before the race starts. Gonna be quite a bit of fuel saving. We'll see how the strategy goes. I don't know what other people are doing strategy wise. I don't know if they're gonna go full push. Full push will only get you 12 laps. You know, which would give you a 5 or 6 lap stint at the end of the race. And of course, we'll have to contend with traffic. The LMP3 cars, the GT3 cars. Yeah, traffic is going to be. There's going to be something around here. So it is. Yeah. So then.
Has started.
Here we go. Getting ready for the start. Turn 1 into Cup's corner. Then through Maggots and Beckett's. We just want to safely make it through on the cold tires. Got remember, not have the same grip that we had in qualifying. You know, we've got twice as much fuel. Tires are not stone cold, but they're cooler. I mean, you know, we've seen it was really the third or, you know, third, fourth lap really that the tires properly started getting the grip that allows you to really push. So waiting for the start here.
Green flag, green flag.
Car in front of me didn't go, which was nice. Had to get elbows out. Yeah, unfortunately that's dropped us back a little bit. lock up for someone in front. And we immediately go into fuel saving. I don't know why I'm getting blue flags. I think the game's bugged a bit. .45. .45.2, that's got to be flat out running for the leader. We're over-consuming a little bit at the moment. Used the lift and coaster to clear that track limit, which is nice. Just sort of caught in a little bit of a sandwich here. another thing, of course, these are cars that don't have virtual energy. You know, so we can't see how much everyone else is saving. Car behind, I think, made a little mistake, but either way has dropped back. Of course, since we overconsumed in the early laps, plus of course we used fuel to drive to the start from the dummy grid, we need to save more than the 5.35. Car just snapped out there. And now it's just spinning in the grass. I've got plenty gap. That just snapped out so suddenly. Let's put a light flat spot on a tyre too. I'll be one of the front tyres to end it. Oh, that's annoying. Now, of course, we'd have used fuel. I'm looking forward to this fuel number. It wasn't too bad. Why is it why you... Let me start that again. Why is it when you always put one of these streams on something bad happens? I don't know, Blakey. You might be cursed. Does that happen with other streams too? Passing our first GT3. They've not had a great day. Welcome in, Blakey, welcome in, Leo. Good to have you. We'll see what we can do in terms of a comeback. I don't know how many other people are on such a fuel-safe strategy as I am. But there's definitely people that we will be able to catch up to. That spin wasn't too damning, cost us quite a bit of time, maybe around 20 seconds. But hasn't done any damage. With the closing speeds. A little lock up there. Closing speeds to GT3s through Albion Farm is mental. Like we have a car already 2 seconds in front of us. Bit of a cut. There's one car spinning off. Also, haven't mentioned this race. Of course, if you were here before the race started, you would have seen in the menu, it is fixed setup. I wanted to do my usual lift and coast there. That's another LMP2 dead. Traction on the racing line, and we get that move done. Oh, they ran right into the gravel, keep it in a straight line. We've been a bit sad to see them bin it off into the wall. wasn't quite the grip on the outside there that I was hoping for. I think it's a little bit too wide to make that move work. It's going to be a little bit ambitious. Ooh, that was close. Of course, I didn't lift there, so we overconsumed that lap. Don't really want to be on that curb on the exit of the loop. Just causes the traction control to kick in and lose you momentum. And we have our first LMP3 car. That'll thankfully get round no bother. Rear kick down the curb there. I think with our first pit stops already. Yeah, we do, so those not fuel saving at all. Hitting already. Couple of cars probably came together. I didn't lift there, and because I didn't lift, I ended up braking too late. I've got to be careful, because that could be the difference between running out of fuel before I get to pit lane. Just awkward timing there with the LMP3. They give me a lot of space on the inside. I wasn't really going for the move in the end. I realised it wasn't quite on. But they left the space anyway and just ended up making it very awkward. No one's fault, just multi-class things. Ooh, we're very tight on fuel. Yeah, we need a lot of fuel saving this lap. That's LMP3 without a wing. And they're just on the right lap. I'm going to put new mediums on at this stop, and I'm not going to change tyres at the second pit stop. So rather than taking a set of tyres 28 laps, I might only have to take them 27 laps. .63 pit stop. The fuel takes quite a long time in this car. So it does, that's what, 50 seconds for that. Didn't know they made the Peugeot 9X8 LMP3. Alright, tyre change now. And hopefully we'll take these tyres to the end. That's the plan. Of course, cool tyres have to get them up to temperature. Nice clear bit of track space. Cool tyres, especially since the conditions are somewhat cool. Very tricky. Can see car behind's on warm tyres. That's annoying. I was sort of trying to set up a move there, but the Ferrari was just sort of awkwardly positioned for each move that I wanted to make. But yeah, surprised to see how many people came in at the end of lap 12. Because they're going to be... five laps short at the moment. That GT3 and LMP2 had a... they're coming together. That's us back up to 10th place now. Pulling a move like that on an LMP3 is crazy. Well, that was very tight. They must be on cool tires. That's a bit tight. Well, this multi-class stuff at Silverstone is nerve-wracking. Just the speed difference between the cars in the corners, no less. In the high-speed corners. It's mental. Absolutely mental. 0.75 for that? Blimey, that feels harsh. We're closing in on cars in front. I think the car directly in front of us had a bad lap. Maybe made a mistake. Not too long ago. Then the driver up in 7th pitted 1 lap earlier than us. It's not too late for them to make it to the end of the race on a fuel-safe strategy, I don't think. To not do 3 pit stops. But they'd have to, of course, be fuel-saving to do 14 lap stints now. Sad GT3 spun on the wrong side of the road. This has gone back down to 40 laps. Puff of smoke from something. That's obviously had a moment through Maggots and Beckett's. Oh yeah, car in front had a 2-minute lap time last lap. So they had an issue round Cobbs or Maggots and Beckett's last lap. Nice to get that move done and still get the fuel save in. That LMP2 I've now put a lap on. Are catching up to the car in front quite quick pace. See that? I only lost a 10th compared to what I did the previous lap. Or when I got the track limit warning. And it's like, oh yeah, no, that's completely fine. It's a bit odd at times. Braking zone's not a good time to look down at your fuel usage. Minutes left in the race. We screwed that LMP3 over. They wanted to pull out past GT3 and we were just like, nuh-uh, you wait your turn. Leader's already pitting. I don't appreciate that GT3 holding me so tight on to the inside. I've seen the multiplayer trailer. I haven't watched the trailer. I've seen it get shared in places. I've seen some of the details. Particularly around the fact that and this kind of felt like they were trying to they were looking directly at LMU when they made a post about, oh yeah, custom lobby stuff is all going to be free, no subscriptions. Another wobble on that curb into Beckett's. Yeah, so again, they're saying more of the right things. Just hopefully the game itself is good. Whew. I've made that mistake a few times. When you realise you've just braked a little too late, you're trying to pull the car up before you run it into the back of someone. I must say, passing cars in the middle of Beckett's and through Farm Corner. It is so exhilarating. It is unbelievable. So I don't know whether it'd fill up for a 40 lap race or a 41 lap race, to be honest. Ooh, let's go 41. We've got 2 laps before we need to pit. This is not awkward at all. Not awkward at all. This isn't going to be awkward at all either. So we'll be coming in end of lap 28, so that's 13 laps. I think I'm just going to go full fuel anyway. Yeah, it'll be 13 laps. I misjudged that one. Just a liter of fuel left, you know, no biggie. New tire change. We'll take these tires to the end. Much more aggressive on the pit entry because we don't have a car in front of us. Okay, but just give up a second there. The time we save from not putting full fuel, I kind of give up there for no reason. But yeah, of course, a lot of the cars coming past us will need to make a splash and dash, or they are heavily fuel saving. Some of them pitted 4 laps earlier than we did, which means they'd need 16 or 17 laps, which I don't think is actually possible. Yeah, like Bailey's 4 laps into his stint. I think we're gonna beat Bailey with this strategy. I'm annoyed at giving up a second coming into the pits. That I'm annoyed about. Nice thing is the tyres are already up to temperature. I put a bit of a flat spot on my front right, so I have with what I did. That's annoying. Car doesn't feel as good as it did before the pit stop, but that's to be expected. Full fuel, worn tyres. But we're out in P6. And there's people in front of us that will have to pit again. And to be honest, I might be able to go flat out. It's saying 40.8 laps at the moment. I don't know if that includes the pit stop or not. That everyone else, that other people are going to have to make. A little too late there. Yeah, we were quicker than both of the cars in front of us that were chasing down. sandwiched in between both those cars. I put a lot of trust in them. That very well could have gone wrong. I did not expect to make the overtake there, but I think they're fuel saving to an extreme level. And so I just kind of squeezed them out. It's up to P5. We could potential P3, which would be a miracle with the spin I had and how much time I lost from that. That was very much a dive bomb. That is the definition of a dive bomb. I don't know if it was worth it. It didn't go as well as I hoped it would. But it didn't go too badly either. Oh, that was so awkward. I feel 100% confident there's 41.2 laps. I think I have been over consuming this stint. But again, I don't know how likely that is to go up. back down. Left in the race. Oh, it's going to be tight between 6 or 7 laps remaining. Someone's been off. I'm very confident that Billy's going to pit. I'm not very confident that we'll get out in front of him. I haven't exactly dropped the LMP3 behind us either. Oh no, went round again. Stalled. Now the tires definitely are flat spotted. That was very late. But I just had a feeling they were leaving that door open. Get BM, get BM. I've probably just lost myself a podium with that. And because I slid across tarmac there rather than sort of slowly spinning across grass, it's done the tires much more harm than the first mistake did. What was that lap time? 16 seconds. Well, that's probably about 35 seconds I've lost from mistakes. Oh, now that curb. I mean, that curb has given me twitches throughout the race, but I guess because the tires are so damaged. That time, yeah, it was more than a twitch. There goes another, how many ever odd seconds. And tires are awful. Look at the rear left, 21%. Car's a bit twitchy now. That's one place back. They had it coming together with the GT3. People still have to make pit stops. I'm pretty sure we're seeing people pitting. Not from the P2 class, but from other classes at the moment. But hopefully the turn of the P2s will come soon. I put a lot of trust in that P3 to see me coming. Leaders in. I'm glad I did change the tires at the first pit stop. Car in front will not be pitting. So if we want to finish in front of them, we need to chase them down and pass them. Tires are awful. Balance is very gone. Again, very cloudy here for the end of the race. One car's in. There'll be 2 laps to go. Three laps to go. I see the leader on the Wellington straight now. Car in front 7.4 seconds up the road. Yeah, it's very tight. They need to lose like 2 or 3 seconds. P4's pitting. Oh, come on! I hate that. The way they've done the, like, anti-fuel saving thing. Anti-clutch to fuel save. Just means anytime you spin, immediately stall, even if you hold the clutch in. It is so stupid. But yeah, the rear left tire's just gone. I did not expect it to give up on me in such a slow speed corner. Look at that, they're only second up the road. Like, the rear right tire isn't too bad. It's the best tire of the 4, but the rear end's still stepping out through that left-hander. But I get confirmation very soon whether this is final lap or if there's one more. They slowed down. So this is final lap. No point in me taking any risks. Oh, that's P9. That's one car for position that spun. I didn't expect the BMW to brake that early. That's why I lifted. Then they braked so early, I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna go for this move. The potential was there. The potential was there. I mean, even with the mistake in the first stint, that could have been a P3, which, considering that mistake, would have been great. Without that mistake, I think it would have been P2. But then that final stint. That final stint. Did I win? No, I wasn't gonna ever win that race, Rob. Way too quick at the front. I was on the right strategy, though, I would say. I think it was the right strategy. I could have had P2, I think. I mean, without that, if that final stint didn't go to crap, P P4, absolutely for sure. But yeah, that final stint. It's just the first moment was enough to do the damage to the tyre. And then at that point is like any moment where I pushed the car and I wanted to push it to try and sort of make up for the time lost. You know, I didn't want, you know, I knew there was still potential for a decent result. And then it's just that one moment, you know, we had a couple of wobbles throughout the race. Fine. You know, without any issue, fine. But then at the end there, because the tyre had the damage, it wasn't fine that time. I'm honestly really bummed. Oh well. Nothing we can do about that now. What we will do, and hopefully to more success than that race, is run the Art of Rally daily and weekly event. We'll run both tonight. So let's see what we have for the daily event. First, let's just check, of course, where we finished yesterday. 20th, held on to top 20. Nice. Could have had 19th, as I said, you know, very close there, but Top 20 is good. Top 5%. Let's see what we can do today. Group 3 car at Kenya. 10.8 kilometer stage in the fog on the dirt. Let's see. What have we got? Again, I'm not too sure. I was waiting for that snappiness to start. Then I was like surprised. Oh, the car hadn't snapped out yet. Oh, there it was. RX3. Oh yeah, that rings a bell. Yeah, it does sound like the Mazdas that are in Art of Rally. Gotta be careful with how the car grips up there. By halfway through stage 9. Ah yes, the long climb. Hanging the advertising banner there. Full send through the final couple of corners. We end with the 413.1, and that's a top 15 at the moment. Top 5%, yeah, I'll take that. That is good. If we can hold on to that, I'd be very happy with that. Yeah, weekly leaderboard. Last week we got 19th, top 3%, so we had a really good week last week. Improvement from 66th from week prior. Let's see what we can do with another Group 3 car at Japan this time. 11.4 kilometer gravel stage to start with in the rain too. I'm just noticing some stuttering. Stuttering. I am really surprised 4060 Ti Super is struggling with Art of Rally to this extent. Oh my god, it's so bad. That was awful at the end, that stuttering. Blimey. I'm surprised to get 24th. It was a quite clean run. Top 5%. I'll take that options. Graphics. Frame rate cap, that has to be at 90. Yeah, let's run on high. trying to have less stuttering. Another stage in the rain, 6 kilometers this time, still on the gravel. Let's hope we can have another good result. Oh my god, the stuttering is not much better. If anything, the stuttering's even worse. Which makes me feel like it's another issue. Yeah, I mean, that is so bad. Just give me a moment here. I am gonna try and see if I can find out what might be going on here. Um, Alright, I need to set this to not that, to that. Oh, God. Yes, something's wrong. Oh yeah, something is wrong. Because whenever I unpause, my GPU figures are going down. Like at the moment, I'm seeing 70% GPU speed. I think it is. But then when I press resume, that goes down to 50. Huh. Well, that is something I'm going to have to experiment with. Because that should not be happening. Hmm. Yeah, I obviously I can't continue. There's not much point in continuing like that if it's just getting worse and worse. Yeah, hopefully that's something I can fix, but that's not ideal. So yeah, unfortunately we won't get to complete the weekly event, which is a shame because that first stage went very well. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's stream. Good, there was potential for a good race, for a good result. Yeah, I'm bummed about that race. It was fun. It was fun, but yeah, I can't help but feel a bit bummed from it. I did update my NVIDIA drivers this week, but I mean it wasn't bad yesterday. I might have to go back a version, and that might fix it. But yeah, shame we couldn't get finished the weekly event there, but a good result in the daily event. Yeah, we'll take that. So yeah, that's good for stream today. Thank you, Lou. Thank you, Blakey. Thank you, Artie, for popping in, chatting. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed that race despite my fumbles. And yeah, I'll be back next, potentially Monday. We might be doing some LMP3 racing on Monday. If so, that will start at 6 p.m. UK time. Otherwise, we will definitely be back on Tuesday for our IndyCar series. We're heading to the Vancouver Street Circuit. And it should be good fun for the penultimate round of the IndyCar series. We had a good. It'll be second straight race of series after Belle Isle earlier in the season where we got second. So hopefully another straight circuit we can have a good result there. But yeah, we'll have to see how it goes, whether we can avoid the carnage and find ourselves on the right strategy with the safety cars, or if the carnage will maybe get the better of us. We will just have to wait and see. And then there may be an ELMS series starting next week from SROL, so we may have Wednesday stream next week as well. But yeah, waiting more details on that. So yeah, that's going to be it for stream. Thank you all very much for coming out. Thank you to those that lurked and are watching the VOD back. Hope you all enjoyed. And yeah, hope you all have a good rest of your week. Have a good weekend. And hopefully I will see you next week. Until then, take care. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.